Hello all, welcome to today's discussion. Today we are going to see some of the projects in C programming. Being time convenes, we have 4 projects that are designed for this course, for which we'll start with the projects. Time permits will continue today all these 4 projects. If it is not possible, then tomorrow we'll continue the rest of the projects. First, let's start with bank account system. So let's understand what this project is about. This project is about basic basic approach. What we are doing here is, let me zoom it. Yeah, what we are going to deal here is we are creating a menu wherein which it should have some functionalities, and each functionality will call different functionalities from the main menu using switch case statements. The 4 functionalities which will be used here is account menu, transferring menu money from to other accounts, checking balance in our account, and login. So what this account menu shows us is to create, the person doesn't have any bank account. This function creates a bank account. If you want to transfer money to another account, use this function transfer money. If you want to see the balance, you want to check the balance state in your account, what is the amount you are having, then this function is used to check that. Login. If you want to log into your account, then this login function is used. These are the common, you know, things that be done in bank account system. So let's see how we can implement this using C code. So what I'm doing here is, in the first case, we are creating a account for the user using account function. By calling this function, it creates and stores this data in a file while handling it. Okay. Then if the user is not able to create, then it will throw an error. If he wants to transfer a money, then after that, before he has to log into the account to do any other functionalities like transferring money, check balance. So first he will log into the account using login function, validates the credentials. Then if everything is correct, then he can perform the actions like transferring money from his account to someone's account. Or he want to check what is his current balance. That also been possible with check balance. Let's see how a code is written in C to do these functionalities. Bank account system. So these are all I will explain everything line by line. The code is already implemented by me. So I have written this entire thing for you to understand each part. I will go one by line by line, and how function calling is happening and how data is getting traversed one by line, right? So these are all inclusions. In this, I have used a Windows function as well, header file, wherein which it will show you the everything on command prompt terminal basically. That is the reason I have used this. So that is the first part. Inclusions are this standard IO.h, conio IO.h, next standard library, string, Windows. After that, what is the right practice? We have to declare what all the functions we are going to create, right? Use basically that we have to declare here. So I have created some of these functions, which is check balance, transfer money, display, person. Person is nothing but person info, login, with login SU. SU is sudo user. Sudo user will have all the permission. If some accounts are not working, then administrator should log in, right? For that purpose, we have implemented login SU also. And account means account information. Account created is, it will create the account. After login, what after login we have to showcase that, that is also needed. once you have logged in and your actions are performed, then you have to log out. That is also log out. So here, all these functions, it has once it is called, it has to perform some actions. It no needs to return anything or no need to take anything. That is the reason we are given with void, right? Some of them needs, inputs or arguments as well. Let's say in a bank account, you are having 3 or 4 accounts. You want to know which account you want to see balance. That account number or account name, you have to pass it. That type of examples are also there. We'll see. This is one. Next one is for cursor position in Windows terminal, right? You will, when you run it, right, you need to know the cursor position. For that purpose, these are inbuilt functionalities I just used, which is nothing but this coord is nothing but coordinate keyword, which is present. The definition of this is present in windows.h file. Okay, it will have this. I've created an object short name for it, which is C. Then C dot capital X is x-axis, C dot capital Y is y-axis. What is x-axis, y and y-axis? Positions we can use from this object. After that, you just have to pass the argument to the inbuilt function set console cursor position. What is the cursor position? Which row? Let's say you are having row 1, column 1. Position you want to keep your argument. Then you have to pass that particular position. After that, I have created a structure to store the data, right? If we want to showcase some elements of the particular person's account, then few things we need to know about him while creating. We will take this information from that particular person while creating the account. So we are passing the structure. We are considering a structure. These values or parameters will be having across the users and account persons. Then that is the reason. Let's see what are these variables. Okay, first one is username. Yes, user should choose their username. Then what is the date? What is the month? What is the year? These are the things which we will display once he logins, and we will also store this in our backup database on what time he has logged in also for our data purpose. NP number, character, Aadhaar number, full name, last name, father name, mother name, address. What is the type of account, whether it's savings account or current account. These are the common things for every person has to, provide while creating the account. For that purpose, we have created structure for it. Next one is structure money. In that, if you want to transfer an amount, right, between the accounts, then this structure is needed. Username means to which whose user you want to transfer. User person from whose account you want to transfer. That is also needed. Next one is what is the amount you want to transfer. That is also needed. That amount is a long. Next one is user and password. Username. There is a structure wherein which it has a password and it's a character. Now let's start the main function, and I have once the operation is performed, it returns a return code in integer. So we have created one variables. These variables are I, A, B choice. Choice means user has to input what type of functionality he has to, perform. For that reason, we have kept choice. IAB are temporary variables, which will be used across our thing. First, we are setting up in the terminal. First, we are setting up the cursor position. Cursor position is 20 and 3, which is 20 units in x-axis and 3 units from y-axis. That's where your position of the cursor lies. After that, you will printing welcome to bank account statement. Then again cursor position. Next is developer, some person. Next, what is that you have to show? You have to show the options to the person. right? That options you have to give here. Once that option is there, user will choose the account definition, right? For the account definition, user will, for the account definition, the user will choose from the choice. That choice we have to read from scanf. Once choice is made, like as shown here, that particular choice is made. If he is an already user stored account, then it will be the. So if he chooses one option, that means he is already an user, right? Then you want to sign in, right? So create a bank account. First option is create a bank account. So he has to choose what is the username and what is the password. So that information I have to ask, and once it is get, I have to call account function. Once account function is called, right? If you see, right? What is the account function? As we discussed previously, account function deals with creating a new account. So this account function will be called at that point of time. Now in this account function, in the first scenario, so we are declaring with some variables. One is password. What is the password length? And I and seek. These are the two temporary variables. Ch another temporary variables. Here file, which is nothing file pointer. We are using fp and fu, two file pointers here for that particular file. And struct on object for this structure pass, and second object structure under pass. User pass. Next is we are opening a file and writing the data username.txt. That is a file, and we are opening in AB mode, append in binary mode. So after that, these objects will be written and it will be asking you to print user inputs. Okay, first of all, what is the first name? What is the last name? What is your father name? What is your mother name? And what is your address? What is your account name? Date of birth, month, year, date, Aadhaar number, phone number, and username. These are all, entered by the user, right? And these all information will be stored in the structure U1. This U1 is a structure which is used for pass. This is the main structure which have been created, right? So to access those variables, I have created one object, structure object. What dot f name, first name, last name, father name, mother name, address, account type of account. What is the date, month, year, Aadhaar number, phone number, P number is phone number. Next is username. Once that is done, you have to enter the password. So once you enter the password, right, that password is a case sensitive. It takes all the, whatever values you entered, that will be taken care. So that once it is done, these all data, whatever you have given, right, and stored given by the user, that will be stored in a file. That how we are doing, we know, right, of right, file write and file close. So once you write, you have to pass a buffer. Buffer is your data. Here data buffer is a structure. You can pass the structure, and after that, what is the size of that structure, and comma 1 comma fp file pointer, okay, to hold that file. Once that is done, write is done, then immediately you have to close the file. Once you close it, account details are successfully saved. After that, account created function is getting called. So let's see what it has. If we are able to, create account properly, then it will show you, please wait, your data is processing. So in this thing, the data processing we need to sometime, because we need to save that in the file and close it, right? So once that is done, it will be closed, and that, and it will ask you to press enter to log in the functionality. That means user account is created, you have to log in now. So for that, first what we have to do, we called here something called get ch. This get ch, this is nothing but get character. What is this means? If user enters a password, it will ask the user to enter the password, right? That password will be taken and stored in getch. That after getting stored, right, we will display the information. 1 second. Yeah, file pointer login. Yeah, login. So we will be stored in that in and close it. Once that is done, you will be logged in into it. So login is created. So function call is taken. So once that you call the function will be routed over here. Now two variables, user ID and password. IJK is a temporary variable. Again, same thing, file pointer, user pass and pass. So in this, now you have to open the file to read the user data. So if the file is not open properly, then you will get error opening in file. Now for account login, it will ask user to enter the username and password also. Once you get the password, user ID and password, then you will compare. strcmp is string comparing. So whatever username entered by the username and password entered by the user, that will be read from the file and gets compared from the file. So if the user get is exist or not. For that, we will use here while loop and opening a file pointer fread and passing the structure and size, whatever the size you want to read it. So for reading one account user, you have to pass the structure value size. For that purpose only we pass and file pointer also you have passed it. Okay. Now from that you will get user name and password. So you will have to compare if username exists. strcmp is nothing but string compare. So this will be presenting strings.ih file definition. So string compare will be there and username one, whatever user entered and retrieved from the file. If both are matches, then this will be true. If this is true, then it will ask you to log in, right? Login SU. Login SU is nothing but log sudo user. So you have to go there. If you click on the function, it will have function definition. Login SU, it will redirect to the account details. For that purpose, once you have done it, I am taking one internal temporary variable. After that, file pointer again and pass object for the structure pass. So for waiting some amount of time, I'm using this for loop to print the data for 20 seconds. After 20 seconds is completed, we are showing that it is logged in successfully. The reason is username and password is successful. So we'll enter tell that for user login is successful. Once that is done, then we have to display some information to the user, right? So that is called display function. What this display function will does is, so here I have chosen again the file pointer and from user.txt. If initially he has while creating the account, right, he has given the information we have stored in the file. That file we are retrieving and reading it and passing to the function pointer fp. And if it is not able to read, then you will get the null pointer and error in opening file. If you read it and your username, if you for reading it, we are using while function and his username is also matching, then it says that welcome user, whatever the username, first name and last name, that particular person, first name, last name, it will ask you to welcome. So once after that, the user account information has to be displayed. So you will wait for some time, then line by line, you will ask a user to see his info from function pointer and the structure variable. So that structure value u1 dot f name first name, u1 dot l name which is last name. Then it will show you the father name, mother name, Aadhaar card number, mobile number, and date of birth as well. So all this data will be displayed to the user and address as well and account type, whether it's saving account or you know uh, saving account or current account. Once it's done, you have to close your file. So file pointer, you have to pass an argument to close it. Once you're done, then you have to display the further action, menu actions. So what action you have to do? He has to do whether he has to click on home, or you want to check the balance, or he wants to transfer money from one account to the another account. So that information you have to pass. Or he just logged in to see whether his login is properly. He don't want to do anything. Then he wants to log it out. So logout will happen. After that, if everything is proper, then he wants exit, then he can exit. These are all the choices we will show to the user. Based on his interest, he will enter the choice. Let's say he entered choice as one, which is check balance. Then we have to call check balance function. So just click on check balance function. So function call will happen. We have to pass the username for which user you want to see the amount whatever he is having. For that purpose, if the argument is the username, if we anyway he has provided you the username during login time, that username variable is already there. We have to just pass that. So we have created a function pointer again for a file fm. FM is file money transfer. Money is M1. So now for this money M1, there is a structure, right? This structure is to keep money transfer. Now, once the file is open, money getting transferred. So we will show him what is the transaction ID and what is the amount that is being displayed. Now there is one more thing. For let's say he has asking you to transfer one another person to another person account. Then you have to read the file. Then you for to the second number. Actually, that person is having account in our bank or not. We have to check. For the purpose, we are reading from the file pointer, from reading from the file using file pointer and comparing. strcmp is nothing but string compare. This string comparison will be done, and your username, second username, two account username, it will be checked. So if it is properly there, account name is already there, means that particular person, second person is having account in our bank. Then he will be reading, and we will be reading the first person account to the second person account. We'll debiting the money. Now from the first person account, the total money, whatever the amount of money he wants to transfer, that get be subtracted from the first person account, and account information gets updated. And for the second person account, first person amount account amount will be added to second person account amount, and we will be showing the total money, updated money to the first person, second person account, and first person account as well. Once that is done, the total amount that gets transferred will be showed from the second person account, and we will update this and close the file. Then we need to show the display for second person account, whether it is happened properly or not. So second person account information is this, and for second person account, we have to display all this information. One is name, what is the father name, mother name, Aadhaar card number, mobile number, and date of birth, address, and account type. These all thing is done. Then we will fund transfer is happened. Then we will showcase the menu again to the user. If he wants to press the amount, like he wants to choose the option, let's say he wants to choose home, check balance, transfer, logout, exit. He just want to transfer the money. Then he want to check the amount whatever he is having. Then transfer money is also happen. So he wants to transfer the money. Now he will be entering option 2. Previously he wants to check the balance, just he checked it. After that he wants to enter the transfer money. So he will enter just 2. Now in case 2, he will be there coming here again this function, first username, second user from account to account will be there, right? He will ask both account names to be checked. Once that is done properly, we need to check from our database both accounts. So first account, second account, both accounts will be checked, and all both if both accounts are there in our bank account, then only we will go with further steps of transferring money from one account to another account. So now we have to ask user how much amount of money we need to transfer. That amount will be stored in this money one variable. In that, so that we will write this amount to our file, and we need to perform the transferring mechanism by iterating this to 120 seconds, take 127, 120 seconds time. After that, we will display it as money successfully transferred because we wrote that information and we updated the total sum of amount from one account to another account. First account it will be subtracted, second account it will be added. So that will be seen and function pointer for both files will be closed. Now we will see the display. Once it is done, we have to display the user, first user, right? That information will be displayed over here. Okay. Again, we'll ask what type of operation you want to perform. Let's say he has completed, he has checked the balance. After that, he has adequate amount of balance. Then he transferred that amount to the second person account. Second person account transaction is also successful. Then he don't want to do anything. He checked the balance account also. Balance, how much balance in his account. Then he wants to log out the account. Then he choose the option 3. So logout function will be called. So once it is called, just go to the logout function. Yeah, go to the logout function. We'll just see display sign out successfully. We don't want anything. We just take the time to close all the parameters and we'll close logout function. Right? Once that is done, we display him. The logout is happened and program exit gracefully. Apart from these three options, if any option user presses, then what will happen is we have to we don't further process, right? It's an invalid option. For that purpose, it's a bank safety, bank account system, right? It's a very safe functionality we have to provide. So we will directly do a force exit and graceful exit. For that purpose, we are doing exit 0. So functionality will be completed and exit will happen. So these are all the process and approaches what we are doing. Let me reiterate clearly. So here for login thing, we are taking all the necessary information, asking the information from the user using printf. Whatever he enters after our ask, we are storing that in an using getting from scanf and storing in a file, updating in the file. After that, we are asking user ID and password for login purpose. Once he logged in, we are asking options to the user what actions you want to perform. He wants to check the balance or transfer the money or log out, exit basically. So if the person wants to check the balance, then we are going to the option 2. Then we read the current balance in our account by opening a file using a file pointer fp. From that file pointer, we read whatever contents present inside that file and we just compare the particular username. For that particular username, what is the amount that is being displayed in the account that is being displayed to the user. That is check balance. Next one is if you want to transfer the money from first person to the second person, someone's account. So that option transfer money option has been selected. Then the user the file pointer will open the file and reads the account information. Once the account information is there, then it will ask to account name. The two account names will be taken and account number A from and to gets compared from our database. If both are having account, then only it will accept. If both are not having any account, then any of them is not having any account or both of them are not having account or username is mistake or something, then it won't be validated with respect to the database and you will get an error, right? Then we forcefully exit from the banking application. Or else if the username and password of the first user and the second user are being present and they both are having accounts, then we can able to transfer the money. How we are doing is we are opening the money.txt file. In that the money information from every account user will be there. So in from that money account user information, we will be taking from first person to second person account and we ask the user how much amount you want to transfer to the second person account. from that second person account. If you want to transfer 100 rupees, then 100 number you have to press. After that, once you received 100 amount, then we have to open the file, and from the balance amount of first user we have to subtract 100 amount and update the summary of the particular person. And in the second person we have to take the summary amount plus this 100 we have to add, so that from first person to second person account information, bank summary will be updated. Once you update it, then using file pointer, then you close the file. Then after that, you show account transaction is successful. Then after that, you have to read the read and update the bank account information. So that will be also done. Once your check account balance and transaction, transfer money from one account to another account is also done, then you can log out and grace exit will happen. So this is the several steps associated banking account system. So what kind of questions can be asked in the interview? The first question is, if you want to transfer money from one account to the other person account who is not there in your bank account. Account is not there in your bank account, then how you will be doing? This is the first question. Second question is, so how we will be doing? We will take the username and read from our banking database. If it is not there, we have to read from the centralized server database of RBI. We will get the account number exist or not. If it is not exist, then it will abort the transaction. This is what you have to say. Now, second question is, let's say user is entering amount greater than the amount that is present in his account. Then we have to what you will be performing to inhibit the transaction. So what we are doing here is we have to check the erroneous check or greater than check from the account balance from whatever he is entering. Let's say he has only 100 rupees. He is asking us to transfer 1 lakh. Then what happens? That 1 lakh is always, so the amount present in the bank account is less than 1 lakh, right? That is the reason you cannot transfer it. That comparison of amount has to be done. If that check is done, and you will be evaluated based on that check. Are you really eligible to transfer or not? Once that eligibility comes, then only account gets transferred, the amount get transferred to the second person account, right? These are the several questions that can be asked. Hope this project is clear for us. And if no other question, then we'll go to the second project. Second project is bus reservation system. We'll see the README file. So in this project, right, we'll see what are the common process while booking the bus tickets that we have to implement in our C programming. So bus reservation system, what it does is, it is a tool which allows the user to book the tickets for his journey in advance. So for that purpose, we are having multiple, operations, and several components are associated for this bus reservation system. First one is login system. With user ID and password, the system has to validate, and if everything is matched, the username and password both are matched, then only the user will be approved to move or open the account. That is the login module has to be doing. Next one is ticket purchase. So once you logged in, right, user will ask while enter the bus number, their name, their age, and what is the program that gets allocated for that. So this information we will be accessing, and common modules that are needed for this bus reservation system is, first of all, is user login. So login system is needed. So he has to enter username and password, so that it will be checking from the database with the predefined username and password. If both are matching, then login will be enabled. After that, ticket purchases. For ticket purchasing a ticket in advance, for the logged in user, he has to reserve the available bus slot, seat availability. He has to check for from and to distance. So from which place to the end place, we will be showing this showing the buses and the corresponding availability of seats. So he has to select a number of bus seats that are needed in the bus, and he can increase the seat count as well, decrease the seat count. So corresponding details has to be provided. Once it is provided, then we will be allowing him to book the ticket. Let's say the third module is, if the user wants to cancel his ticket, his or her ticket after before travel journey date. So what he has to do for canceling the ticket, he has to enter their name. User can cancel their tickets based on the name. Then he the program will ask, what is the, let's say the particular ticket is uh, um, booked for 4 passengers. He wants to cancel for one passenger or all the passengers, that or specified number of passengers. So user has ability to select and cancel that check. That is another module. So next module is checking bus status. This component, what it does is, if user has booked it, then he has to check the status of the bus, where it is currently scheduled on the ride. Then you have to write a program in such a way that it will accept the bus number, to and fro, and total number of seats, and available seats and fare. This all information will get be displayed once you enter the bus number and the username. Next one is, we'll see this in a program manner. Bus reservation system. In bus reservation system, again we are using here stdio.h, standard library.h, and strings. These are the three inclusion functions, or include files that we are inclusion in our project. Now we are defining a structure, which is struct bus. This structure will have several variable parameters inside this structure. First one, int bus number. The bus number will be integer. Next is character source. The source name we have to provide to for that particular bus. Destination. Destination is the end till where it goes, and total number of seats you want to book or booked already. That information will be seen over here. And after booking, what are the available seats that are present in the bus to book for a new passenger. Next is, what is the fare? The float of fare. Defining this structure of to store the user login information. For that, we have defined one structure, user, which has two subdependent variables. One is username, second one is password. The function to display the main menu. For displaying a main menu, what is happening and what is needed. So we consider that, and we are passing a display menu to it. So it will have two things, right? One is you want to log in from the main menu, you want to log in, or second is you don't want to log in, just exit and go. So we'll ask user to provide the choice. So username not coming. Then function to display the username. So you want to display, right? He wants to, logged in, and he wants to see what are the functionalities that can be allocated for the booking. So we'll ask the user to see and provide his choice. First is book a ticket. Second is cancel a ticket. Third is check the status of the bus. Fourth is logout. These four, out of which these four, one will be, accepted by the user. Now the next one is function to perform user login. So first of all, we have to, log in the user by taking the credits from the user and compare that credits with the server updated details, whatever it is having. You just compare. If both are matching, then user is able to log in. Once that is done, the next one is function to book a tickets. Now user has been, added, and we are able to log in the user. Then once he is logged in, then he will do the first thing is you want to check search what number of buses are there and how many seats to book from the particular location and which type of bus. So to see that, the function of book tickets has to be there. So we'll just enter the number, bus number. So bus number we entered. We'll scan the data. The user will scan the data and enter the bus number. Then what will happen? After some time, the bus number will be anonymous. Then that bus number will be taken and stored across the another bus, and it will be assigned. Next, if bus index itself is negative, that means bus number itself is negative. That won't happen, right? So that is for sure. We know bus number is always positive. After that, we'll ask once the user has been logged in, we'll ask how many seats you want to book. And from and to date, he can launch. Then after that, we do the function call, right? If the seats are whatever the number of seats, let's say you want to book 25 tickets, but only 10 tickets are available in the bus. Then what he has to do, he can just book 10 tickets and close the task. That is the first option. So here for the first one is we want to cancel the tickets. For that, we'll call the cancel function, cancel ticket, and pass the argument, buses structure, and the integer name. First function username, and then we just cancel it, right? So for that, we'll ask what is the bus number you want to cancel. So he will tell the bus number to cancel it, and we'll store that information in array database. Now, after changing the given result with respect to the account number, that bus account number will be taken and it will be compared with one by number that is present in the our index list from the source data. If that is there, then it will tell that the bus number is identified, or if it is not there, then bus number is not identified. If the bus number is identified, then it will ask you how many seats you want to book, or you want to select number of seats. So if you give two seats, then two tickets will be booked for that, selected for that particular journey on that particular time. If you want to cancel the seats, then click on that cancel option so that buses gets cancelled across the index. There is another case also wherein which the bus indexes are not there and cancellation is successful, right? Then we have to increment the number of available seats to plus. So previously 10 seats are there, 9 seats are there, and one booked seat. Now it will get cancelled. So you have to update the count, availability count of the seats in the bus. So for that purpose, this variable dot available seats for the index bus index structure dot available seats are there. So that we will just add the cancelled number of seats to the structure variable. Next one is fun to check and bus status. We want to see what is the status of the bus that is being entered. For that purpose, you need the bus number, right? For that, you will ask a user to enter the bus. That bus number will be stored in this variable. If the bus number is already being present, then and it is in with respect to the journey direction itself, then it will be incremented. Let's say the bus, whatever the bus he has entered, now that is not equal to -1. That means the bus number start and end destination is being not decided. You want to proceed with the seat selection. Then you want to enter the bus number, source, destination, total number of seats available. You have to showcase it, right? For the purpose, all this info has to be showed to the user. Once that is done, the user will see the information for the respective destination and he will book the tickets. And the last use case is very interesting. Out of this, any scenario, then we will tell for all those scenarios, bus is not booked with the particular bus number. Seat is not booked with the bus number. Next, for the main function, initialize the user data. Let's say you are having 10 users. 10 users, all these 10 users are uh, um, able to book the tickets. And this for all these 10 users, the user ID passwords are different. And all these 10 users are booking different destinations as well. Now how we can manage this data and simultaneously how we can log in and proceed with the bookings and payments as well. Now we'll see one by one. So we have user ID password that is designated for every individual, and we store that in a structure member called user. Next one is initializing the bus data. For checking what is the bus data, we have to consider, so what is the source data and destination data as well, right? So city A, city B, city C, city D, city E, city F, and this is a bus number 101, 102, 103, and the destination and the fare of it, right? Availability, bus availability, and users availability and destination as well. Once that is done, using while loop, we will iterate and display based on the options. The first option is if the user is logged in. That means the index of the user ID, we have to keep on iterating. For that purpose, if user is logged in and he wants to see the number of seats for the particular destination, if it is a from to destination, and that information is needed, and we will check it. If the username is password is matching, then only we'll go further. So for the purpose, we'll ask the user to provide his username and password. Both information is provided, and we will confirm cross verify from the server. If both are same, then we will proceed and access, and we will monitor if login is successful or not using with these credentials. If login is not successful, then we will say invalid logged in and we will exit the choice. If login is successful, then we will show the number of buses that are available in the direction of journey and how many are available. Seats are there, blocked seats are there, how many male, how many female, blah blah blah. These are all information will be shown in the main menu. Based on that information, if user has choosed the respective number of choice, then from his user choice, we will see. Let's say you want to book the ticket, then he will choose choice one. You want to see how much inspiration and how many buses seats that are being fetched. That information from book tickets application of function call will be happen, and this bus information being passed from this as an argument, and what buses are there, how many buses are there, how many available tickets are there. If you want to cancel the ticket, then we'll ask the user to cancel the ticket, right? So that function is called based on the choice to. So we just pass that information, the ticket number and the bus number, and we just pass that, and corresponding bus ticket gets cancelled and updated in the file database. Now, if you want to see check the status of the bus, what is the status of the bus, and whether the bus is running up or not, or if it is being cancelled or not, that information is updated or not, that will be checked from this function call. So it needs two arguments. One is buses, and next one is number of buses. These are all needed information. If any of these options other than these options is being selected, then he is making an invalid choice. So we have to update him by saying that invalid choice is made and chosen. So you have to please try again. If he wants, if he doesn't want anything, he just logged in and check the status. Then he wants to log out. Then click on option 4. So logout information is updated. So the incremented variable of logged in user gets decremented by 1. Why this is needed? Because this variable is used to show how many active users are present on that particular website. So these are the several operations and the steps that are involved during bus reservation system. So what are the frequent questions that can be raised here in bus reservation system? The first question, very important question, is the username and password creation is proper, and he has a mobile number that is associated to this bus reservation. Now, if he wants to book a ticket from place A to place B, he has booked it and select the seat. After that, what happens here is there are two possibilities. While selecting the seat, he updated the wrong mobile number. Then what will happen? He will has to change the mobile number. That how you will handle. That is the first question he will take. So his details are already booked. Then he will go to the help section. From here, the user will select the help session window. Then he will choose update contact info. That module we have to implement. That is an enhancement we have to provide for this particular script of C. So update contact info. In that contact info, whatever wrong number is given, that has to be deleted and modify and keep the new number. That is the first question we have to. So this update contact info will be the option of this will be there in the first main application menu. That is the first question. Second question is any updates like this after booked, same process will be followed. Next one is if you are having different gender person that has been booked next to you. As per the rules, only same gender people has to be there. Let's say female and female is there. A female has to book only next to the female. If male is booked next to the female, then it is wrong. Okay, unless until he has any relationship with that girl or he has booked alone. Now in that situation, right, he wants to update the gender functionality of the particular seat ticket, then that is not at all possible. So we should not encourage those type of things until unless if he wants to severely update the gender information, then we will ask him to cancel the ticket. That is not at all recommended to update the gender information, because some of the people what they will do is for the seat availability, they will initially say the particular seat is for lady. Then after that, while raising the ticket or updating the information, they will just change the gender, which is wrong, right? We are providing inaccurate information to the traveler list, which is also wrong. And the third kind of information is if the number of buses that being showed all are full and there is no availability or available seats that are left for booking for the user, then what we have to provide? So we have to provide something called cyclic algorithm. In the cyclic algorithm, it's like pool mechanism. Once user has, let's say you are having 100 seats, all these 100 seats are booked across several travels and with several members. and we don't know one by one as well, and these all information getting stored in the database. Now let's say one person has canceled the ticket, then how a person will get to know whether this particular seat is available on this bus or not? Then once he has updated, and he has to re-log into the system and search what is the to and fro from and to destination buses that are being available here. In this buses, once he checked it, as one particular person has cancelled, one user has cancelled his journey, right? The ticket seat will be available. With that updated information, he has to log in and book the ticket. This is the way to, update and log in. So for this update and login thing, right, we have to, there will be n number of corner cases which are not included in this particular piece of code. But while writing a clean code, you have to keep this in mind. Corner cases, these are not asked in clearly in the problem statement, but still, if you are very, writing a very good code considering all these corner cases, then your code will be very easy, and all corner cases being handled as well. So let's move to the next one, third one, which is student information management system. So we'll just go what this project is about. Code will be visited in tomorrow's class. Now, student information management system, what it does, the problem statement. Write a program to build simple software for student information management system. So the name itself says that you have to build a database and perform several actions on what, basically for student information that been stored and managed for a college. So what are the different, operations that can be performed? First one is you have to store the first name of the student. You have to store the last name of the student. You have to store unique roll number for every student. Roll number is not same for some of the people. It will be all unique and differs from one person to another person. Next, what is the CGPA of every student? How much score he has? And next one, what are the courses that he has registered during his academics? That information also we have to store and process and check. So these are the several actions that been performed, operations that been performed during the update. Now, what is our approach? Our approach, we should be very careful while designing this. Let me, keyboard wrap. Huh. So my approach to do this type of question is basically, so we have to perform. It's simple only, but we should be very careful while implementing it, because if you want to, find out a search based algorithm, if you are given with a roll number and corresponding details has to be, pulled out, because your roll number is a unique number, right? That won't be having multiple users have the same roll number. So the search criteria will be always depends on the roll number. In that particular point of time, you have to do a rigorous search using one particular person along with all the entities present in that particular database. So that takes time. So how good you write the code, the better result and faster result will be seen on the computation. So let's discuss about the approach first. Then optimizations and these are all comes into the picture next. The first one is approach. The idea of the individual function for every operation. Every operation will create an individual function. All these functions are unified together to form a software. As these are individual function and operations, every functional operations are different. So there is no common functionality or common code across this, or common thing that is getting tampered simultaneously. That is our goal and approach. The first component, add student details. So we have to create a student entity. If he's a new student, we have to create a form and store the used new students information in the list of the students. While adding this information into the list, right, we have to make one concise thing is his roll number. That roll number should be unique. The uniqueness has to be, there while creating a new user. Because if you are not creating any unique number or uniqueness, consecutive number, then you are updating with some already existed roll number, then the data gets tampered over there. So it will be always overwritten on the particular number, roll number column, user data, basically. Next one is find the student by the given roll number. So you have to write a function to find out the student record with the roll number, whatever he has entered. Once the data is retrieved based on the roll number, we have to print the details. Next one is find the student by the given first name. Using the first name, if the first name is given, let's say our first name is initials surname, basically Aduri. So if you click on Aduri, you will have so many people under Aduri. If there are multiple people exist with the same surnames, then all people's names has to be filled and displayed. Same thing with respect to the roll number. Roll number is unique number, as one person only will be there. Next one, how to register the student for a particular course. This function, it will show you who are all the students that are being registered for a particular course. That list of the people we have to, display to the print once this function gets executed. Next, number of students present in the entire college. That will come in count of students. Delete a student if in between middle of the academics something happened and that particular person is not coming to the college. We have to delete the entity of the particular entry of the particular person. So for that purpose, we need delete a student. This function, what it happens is basically it just delete the student record and academics thing based on the roll number assigned. Next one is update student. If the details are being updated and some of the details need any modification, then this function is needed, to perform this update in the student records. This function does not ask any new details for the other fields. New fields are not getting created, or already existing fields. If any value needs to be updated, then it will ask take the input from the user and updates the information for the particular user. So these are all the approaches and the things that we are considering. Using this, we will adhere to our conditions to perform whatever the condition that is being performed. So think and brainstorm. These are only not the final corner cases. It's just an approach. While writing a code, you need to, uh, uh, think about the corner cases, and based on that corner cases, we have to implement in every part of this approach. In every part of this approach, right? So using that, we have to create one either a database DB or a file pointer using which this file information getting stored from every student, the student data information being stored in a file. And same way how bank details and employee details are being stored, the same way this also getting stored. There is one approach, or else you prepare a DB file. The DB file data will be stored and retrieved from the server. From that server, this information getting retrieved, and if you want to update, then retrieve, update, and again retrieve. That type of logic also been there. So these are all brainstorm ideas. You have to create a versatile management system. For creating versatile management system, these type of ideas are well needed. So I'll conclude here today. We'll see the source code project in next class. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.